from imprintnews.org. The title says, Making Clergy Mandated Reporters, No Prayer, This Curbs Child Abuse. Mr. Richard Wexler is his name. And his article is basically defending clergy, that they should not have to have mandated reporters. He believes that the confessional seal, that the church itself should not have this law. Now, let me just read a few headlines. Now, this is from USA Today, NPR. This is what it says. The clergy abuse crisis has cost the Catholic Church $3 billion. Nearly 2,000 children abused by more than 450 Catholic leaders in Illinois. Catholic diocese agrees to pay $100 million settlement to the hundreds of abuse victims. I'm confused, sir. Usually when a government or agency does something wrong, they have something called federal oversight. This is an ombudsman. These are different agencies that watches other agencies because they have gotten themselves in trouble in the past. So I'm not understanding, why would someone defend the clergy for something they have been sued over? Hundreds and hundreds of priests. The one article is saying that it's over 2,000 children have credible abuse claims. Sir, I'm not understanding. Whatever immunity you had, my legal scholars can help me out. Whatever immunity the church once had, that should be gone. It's like when a country has been brought up on war crimes and then they demilitarize the entire country. Like, you're done. So any talk about not having mandatory reporting is just asinine. You've been sued. There's hundreds of kids, thousands of kids. What are we talking about? So then I was going a little bit deeper. I wanted to make sure that I read what he was saying. And he says, but instead of heeding that research, I'm guessing there's research that's saying mandatory reporting is not working. But instead of heeding that research, and several state legislators have proposed expanding mandatory reporting in one of the few fields that have typically been viewed as sacrosanct. How can it be sacrosanct? How can anything be holy at this point or sanctified at this moment? You no longer have that immunity when all of the lawsuits and all of the abuse claims have came out. So as I was doing my research on this particular article by the imprint, this guy is saying that, mandatory reporting would not help in the Catholic Church. Even after all the abuse claims, even after all the settlements, which makes no sense to me. I was just reading up, doing my research on certain type of laws. Did you know of something called misprision of felony? My legal scholars help me if this is applicable, okay? It says 18 USC 4 says, whoever having knowledge of the actual commission of a felony cognizable by a court of the United States conceals and does not as soon as possible make known the same to some judge or other person in civil or military authority under the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. So it says right here, you can't even, the issue I have is that there should not be any more immunity. There should not be any issue with this, sir. We are protecting foster children. We are protecting the children of America. And because of the history, if you have a record, this is how things go. And it says this statute was emphasizes the accountability and transparency and serves as a powerful deterrent against passive complicity in criminal activities. Exactly. Reinforcing the notion that silence and inaction can, under specific conditions, equate to legal culpability. So the church at one point has got itself into hot water. We're trying to eliminate that. You're done. I was reading another law, accessory after the fact. 18 U.S. Code 3 says whoever knowing that an offense against the United States has been committed receives, relieves, comfort, or assists the offender in order to hinder or prevent his apprehension, trial, or punishment is an accessory after the fact. Now, after the fact is an interesting law. But if you know something and the person is continuously coming to the confessional cell and you don't want to reveal, I find that odd. Those days are over. The church, including my Christian churches that I belong to, everyone should be a mandatory reporter as it relates to the power of the church we're in. You can't have that many children in a particular area and not have no sort of legal protection for the children at that church. That makes absolutely no sense. So I would ask Mr. Richard, who has the right to his opinion, and for so many that feel that way, to reconsider based on the facts, based on what has already happened to thousands of, it's not even like a little bit, to thousands of children. Thank you so much.